We had to get Parker and Mike. We don't believe in the Park. We had to get Parker and Mike together. But like I said, we're back. Hopefully to give you guys at least twice a month, every other Wednesday, you know, whatever the case may be. The Expand Your Mind podcast. Like I said, 2019. We starting off with a bang. A lot of you guys be asking me. Somebody got the, I don't know who that's, Manhattan?
Hey, Parker, just keep your mic muted until you want to talk.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on, Parker. Is that Parker?
Is my mic messing up?
Yeah,
no, it's
mute your mic. Mute your mic.
I hear a bunch of ambulance or a car alarm or something.
Oh, yeah, that's outside, yeah.
Yeah, I would tell them, mute your mic until it go away. It went away, that should stop. But anyway, we started off with a bang. You guys been asking me forever about Expand Your Mind. It's here. I promise to be more consistent with Expand Your Mind. There's a lot of stuff going on in the media. If you guys are new here to the platform and you don't know what Expand Your Mind is, outside of gaming, we talk about a host of things. Race, religion, UFOs, flat earth, of course. So the whole earth is the earth, the donut, politics. We talk about a little and everything on Expand Your Mind here on this show here. You know what I mean? Not everyone here agrees. We all sometimes have a difference of opinions or whatever the case may be. But we can say we can agree to disagree. Ain't no fighting. You know what I mean? Listen, we don't do the race stuff here. So don't, this ain't that type of show. We ain't calling nobody out the, the names. So if you say anything racially motivated in the chat, you know what I mean? Just get a little weird, bro. You will be banned. I know we don't ban nobody, but we don't do the weirdo stuff here. You know what I mean? We're gonna have an open conversation, okay? Here today, to Expand Your Mind. I got somebody new finally on the show. My man, Mr. Parker. What's going on with yourself, brother? Good, brother. What's good with you?
What's going on? Good. Playing 2K. And not Red Dead.
All right. Now this is your first show, so we're going to talk about. I think you want to come in and talk about religion today. I try to get nowhere here, no one yet, but okay. Neff, what's going on with you, good brother?
Nothing much. I'm just fresh off the heels of the Scram Punks podcast that has finally come back on Dirk Gregory's channel. So I'll check that out after this show, and yeah, I'm ready to get going. All
right. As always, my other partner in crime, my man La Butter. What's good with you, good brother?
It's Manhattan now, man.
Oh, my bad, Manhattan. Okay. Manhattan, give me a minute. I'll get you. See that? What's going on with you, Manhattan? Everything smooth? Everything
good? Yeah, everything good. I just want to say, thanks to you. Never gave me that Battlefield once again. Y'all got to get good in that game. Like,
what you got?
Shit.
Oh, bro, yeah.
Shit.
Oh, don't
worry.
worry.
Crazy out there, man. Like, I'm telling y'all, bro, that shit is different than COD. Like, shit,
it's different.
Not the same. You feel me? Like, shit is scary out there, but I get good though.
Okay, no, that's first of all, you ain't got to thank us, man. That's why, like I said, I got the Patreon.
Yeah, we're family.
Yeah, but it ain't about nothing, bro. It ain't even like that. You know what I mean? So we got the Patreon. If somebody don't have something, a mic, whatever you need, get a little bit of this Patreon. This is what we use the money for. But okay, shout out to you. Post up with the close up. What's going on, good brother?
Well, what's good, people? Mr. Let's talk about it. We're definitely going to talk about it. We need to expand a person's mind on the panel today because it's a notion that he's a dumbass. He has a show that is called Mr. Parker is a Dumbass that he continuously joins. So we want to chat together with us today to help expand this dumbass brother mind so he can be uplifted. Let's get started, people.
Okay.
Let's go, yo. It's gonna be a great show.
Guys, do me a favor as you guys come in. Hit the like button. We're gonna try to have an entertaining show today, to say the least.
Out in Houston, police.
Okay. Like I said, there's been a few things that have been, transpired in the media. A lot of things. We have the wrestler that was forced to cut his hair. We have, a Caucasian gentleman, attacked a black McDonald's worker down there in Florida. This arrest. We can talk about that. We also got the 7-year-old that was just killed with her family in the car, just leaving Walmart. Guy pulled up on him. Just shot the car up, a white guy, no apparent reason, killed the 7-year-old girl. We can talk about that. Of course, we got the UFOs, the religion. We got that stuff there. But what do you guys want to tackle first? You want to talk about the wrestler? How about this week? Okay, as the rumors followed up, we just had a situation last week where now I gotta use my words correctly here, right? And I'm not trying to offend anyone, okay? Are they called transgender males, or a man walked into a GameStop, and I don't know what the argument was ensued, but he got really upset because the GameStop worker didn't guess to refer to him as a female. And to be fair, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think he looked very feminine myself. I probably would have said sir too. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, that's just a how you should say a reflex, or what say sir. I'll give you an example, right? I have a Chanel's cousin. His name is Mike. Well, I still call him Mike, but goes by MJ now. Actually, he's a famous actor. Believe it or not, famous actor. He has his own show now and everything. Michael getting that money. You seen Black Panther before, right? Not Black Panther. Johnny Cage, Luke Cage. You seen Luke Cage before, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'm gonna say he was in the scene in Luke Cage when they was talking to the grandmother, and he said, and she was like, sister girlfriend right here got hurt. I guess one of the Johns or Trick beat him up or whatever the case. But anyway, that's MJ Michael. But he has his own show. I forgot the name of the show right now, which I asked him. But anyway, he's doing this big thing. He's coming up in Hollywood, doing a couple shows. He was on what's that show? Nurse Betty or Nurse something with the mother from Sopranos. He's been in a few things. Now he has his own TV show. And he's, how you say, quote unquote, a transgender male, or you want to call he wants to be a female, referred to as a female. Goes by MJ, but even I still call him Michael or Mike. You know what I mean? It's just, I won't say a habit. It is what it is. Man, I'm a little old school. But do you think, man, you guys' opinion that the gentleman or the female trans male, I don't even know the proper term. Do you think he overreacted, or was the guy from GameStop being, a douchebag or an asshole, in your honest opinion? Okay,
I'll tackle this. The GameStop employee, he called it how he saw it. The transgender, sometimes I think he was acting a little entitled, and he just exactly. I want to be called as a female, and you look like a dude. So that's kind of like crazy right there. So like I'm going by what my eyes see, whatever. So he shouldn't he definitely overreacted on that part right there. It made a big old scene out of nothing, What
about you, or whoever? Let's go.
Looking at the situation, I don't think the GameStop employee was necessarily being a douchebag or anything. He wasn't calling the person a sir on purpose or anything. As you said, it was a reactionary term because, he saw someone who was more male look-like, and then his reaction was to say sir, and that's just how it is. It's how, we typically grow up. When we see someone who looks more male-like, we'll call them sir. And if we see someone more female, then we'll call them more ma'am. Now, in the case, I know the person would prefer to be called ma'am, that clearly they were dressed up as a female. However, it was his reaction to say that. And he was apologetic the whole time. It wasn't that he was doing it on purpose. He kept apologizing. He said, sorry, ma'am. But the person who dressed up as a female, I believe, overreacted a tad bit, and they were being a little violent as they kicked on their way out. And even on the way out, they said, I will show you a sir outside. So, in my opinion, the GameStop employee was at least being apologetic, and he was in the right, at least as much as he could be. So,
look.
In my opinion,
man, look. When you're in the store, somebody walk in, and you're at the counter, you're not thinking about how I'm about to approach this customer. Am I going to ask she, how she want to be? You know what I'm saying? How she want to be called? You want to be called he or she? Look, what's up, dude? What's up, homie? You know what I'm saying? He got mad. She got mad. I think it's all big overreaction. You gonna get mad because he didn't address you as a female in the store, but on your way kicking out the store, you gonna say, I can show you what he is out the store. So you gonna act like a chick in the store, but then when it came outside the fighting, you want to turn it to a male, but you trying to turn it to the exact same thing that you got mad at him for calling you. Man, get out of here, man.
If the man was being a douchebag saying, no, you're a sir or something, I could kind of get it. But he was being apologetic the whole time, and he apologized for saying so.
I will have this. I'm gonna be honest. I will kind of have to say this. Like, first time he made that mistake, he apologized. But I'm not gonna lie though. Like, he kind of did, entice him a little bit, because the second time when he turned his back, he did say sorry again. I'm like, wait, did he say that on purpose, or like his? At that point, the dude had a smirk on his face a little bit. I'm like, yeah, he definitely trying to get to him just because he was wilding out. So he's like, he said, I'm sorry, sir. He was like, oh, you said it again. That's why he came back, because the guy said it the second time.
What did he have on?
Huh?
Yeah.
What did the person have on?
I said
I ain't seen the video.
He had a mini skirt.
Damn, jeans on.
No, he had a sweater and his
some jeans.
Jeans and
A
sweater.
sweater and some jeans.
Just like a fucking dude.
Somebody in the chat say he wasn't dressed in female. He had on jeans and a hoodie.
He dressed like jeans.
Man, you come in with jeans and a hoodie. Man, what's good, homie? Fuck is you talking about?
I'm gonna bring the video back.
Like a dude.
Yo, there's no law that says that you're forced to call somebody a transgender or anything. There's no law.
He had like a person pink shoes and shit.
They said he had on girl jeans, but that's kind of hard nowadays to differentiate between these dudes out here with so many skinny jeans and tight jeans on. You don't know if they wear male or female jeans.
Wait, hold on.
Go ahead and bring up the video.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up the video. Hold on, as I find right? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. In my opinion, I took it as the transgender guy was trying to bully the guy. I'm gonna get the LBGT movie, like he threatened him with that. Like that thing did. Like, listen, I'm gonna tell you from my own experience. That LBGT thing is serious. I remember when I first came to Twitter, right, and had the little egg or whatever, and I'm not gonna save it here, but I know we say Omo, you know what I'm talking about, Omo. So before I just came with the Wii U weirdo, I used to call them Wii U Omos, right? So this is me bugging out, not thinking of nothing. Mind you, when we saying it, I'm not talking about anybody's. Once we say it amongst each other, I'm not talking about anyone's sexual preference. That's whatever the case may be. But I remember me saying in the video, right? And I don't wake up till about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, right? I know I give crap shit all the time, right? But by the time I got up about 3:30, crap was knee deep in a fight on Twitter over me. And I had about 80,000 tweets. Mine only had about 30 followers on Twitter. I had a little egg or whatever. I had to hold it to my dude. I think it's not right for gays to adopt. And I'm like, well, what the hell? Like, what the? I'm scratching my head like, yeah, you said, because you said I'm like, and again, me being, oblivious, I didn't think that, or that was a sensitive topic. This is back in like 2014 or so. I didn't think it was that serious. We talk like that amongst each other. Like, just like I say the word fuck nigga, we call each other all the time. Like, that's just the way that we talk, you know what I mean? And even ever since then, I was very confident of me saying that word, I say quote unquote, out in the public or on social media, because some people view it as a very derogatory term. Like a white person's calling a person of color a nigga. And again, I didn't know. And again, it's not that I have a problem with anything. I always said, I don't think gays, I don't even know my business. I'll be quick to tell you, you know what I mean? Some people get up the line, they don't think gays should have the right to marry, or I don't care. I have to say, I don't care. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? But what I'm gonna bring the video, but I didn't like, again, the fact that he was threatening the young man. I'm gonna get the LBG, like when they say that shit, motherfuckers cower. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they cower, or, because of that. Them jokers real deep. I'm gonna bring the video up and see trans. I didn't. Here you go, right here, trans in GameStop. I'm gonna bring the video up and you guys can see it in the back. I didn't like that. You know what I mean? That was what I didn't like. How he just threatened. I didn't take it as the guy was trying to be funny. He kind of caught him off guard. Like, wait, what, sir? You know what I mean? Or, this is a man. Excuse me, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put the video, put it back. Hold up. So, hold up. Let me see. Right here. Right click. Paste. So you guys can see it also. The post. I know you said you didn't see it. So, let me, let me get it together.
I think whenever you get that upset or somebody calling, then you dealing with some internal issues in terms of, it's an internal struggle with you want to be the woman but still looking manly. And when you get somebody looking at you that's saying, "Hey, sir," you're gonna get. Okay, this is it right here.
Yeah, make sure you mute your mic and listen to the stream.
It is ma'am. I can call the police if you'd like me. I'm doing credit. You're gonna give me my fucking money back.
Excuse me, sir. There's a young man in here.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
I can call the police if you'd like me to. You need to settle down.
You need to settle down and mind your business, okay? Ma'am. Once again, ma'am.
I said both of you.
No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
I actually said both of you guys. It was a general.
Right beforehand, you fucking said sir.
Sir? Okay.
Motherfucker, take it outside. If you want to call me sir again, I will show you a fucking sir.
I apologize.
Motherfucker.
I apologize now.
Oh, shit.
I need your corporate number. Because I'm going to call them and talk about how I was misgendered several times in this store.
How he was misgendered?
I need your corporate number now. Get it for me now.
Yeah, I don't, yeah.
Give me your corporate number. Well, I'm going to ask you for the 5th time to stop calling me a man. Because quite clearly I am not.
And I apologize for that, ma'am. I will get you that number. Is that okay?
Yes, get it for me now.
I'm asking you to stop.
Get it for me now. I'm not cussing. I'm not cussing. Get me the damn number now, please. Ooh!
Ma'am, I apologize.
Ooh!
I apologize, ma'am. I will get you that number right now.
Oh, man.
No, you're just going to keep bumping your gums. You're just going to keep bumping your gums and disrespecting trans people in the store, which I plan on telling the entire LGBTQ community. You're going to lose money over this.
Yeah. That's a mouthful there, right?
Okay.
So, listen, sir, like that ain't listen.
Okay, I really expound on this now. Go ahead, Z.
No, okay, so I just took it as the guy. I don't know. Let me say this first of all. Here's my disclaimer. I don't know what happened up to prior to that. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, I didn't take it as the guy's being disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? How does he know that you want to be referred to as a lady? First of all. He didn't seem very feminine to me, like a guy. You know what I mean? I'm just being, you know what I mean? So I ain't gonna lie, some of you can't tell whether it's a male, and it's cool, I can get it, but I don't think, again, the guy was trying to be disrespectful. You know what I mean? I don't know.
And that's a good question though, because like, where's the footage before that?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I just want to say this. I just want to say, you walk in the store looking like Hulk Hogan in pink, and want somebody to call, you. Look how manly the dude look right. In terms of his face, his body structure. Just because you got on some pink shoes, some girl pants, and a little gray hoodie and a little pink shirt, to me, you just look like a homosexual male. Okay, I don't see. You don't look like a woman to me. So I'm gonna call how I see it. What's up, sir?
Exactly, and as long as you're apologetic, as the employee was saying, like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and he didn't say "sir" on purpose. He said, like, he was surprised, like, "Oh, I said sir by accident." That's why he said "sir" that third time. But yeah, you can't be that mad. I guess the person in question was very mad because they weren't getting the refund. That's what it clearly was about, and they really went overboard there. But I don't know. I guess I'm just saying, like, as long as the person's apologetic.
I didn't see anything about him that would have made me want to say. And now looking at that video, no disrespect. I have nothing against the gay community or in terms of people who choose to live that type of lifestyle. I don't condone it myself. I had gay friends in high school that I had to do projects with and all type of stuff. I had a guy who in high school who had gay majority of high school, waited to senior year to stand up in the class and say, I want to come out and tell everybody something and say he was gay, and the class looked like, we been knew that. This ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I have nothing against that. I have friends that choose to live. I have people in my family that live that type of lifestyle. But in this case, if he called you sir the first time, politely say, look, I understand I look like a male, but I consider myself a woman.
Exactly.
I would appreciate you if you just consider me, call me ma'am from here on out. And then that's it. That's all. But I agree with that. I think it was more so about the.
You know what's crazy? Y'all know what's fucking crazy about this shit? So, like, I've actually met this. Like, I've actually seen gay people like that. They prefer to be called, like, literally, they want to be called the gender they are. A man. They will be like, I'm just gay. I'm not a woman. Yeah. I'm not trying to be a woman. And that's not it.
That's the difference, though.
I met.
It's a difference. Yeah, it's a difference between.
But there's time. But he didn't look like a transgender like this. I mean, it's really a fucking dude that just grew his fucking hair out. Like, let's be honest, walking around with a fucking purse. Like, to me, I don't consider you.
But in his mind, he think he a woman, though. You know what I'm saying?
I get that, but when we talk about transgender, we're talking about some modification type shit. That's how.
I don't. First of all, pay the bills. Wait, pay the bills real quick.
McNeil Chris with the $1.99. Nah, Shem would have got its ass beat, lol. And Super Saiyan 9 Vegeta Introtainment, the $2. If I was that worker, I would have knocked his ass out.
Okay, and again,
he ran into the right GameStop. He ran into the right GameStop where he was at. I don't think you want to run into a GameStop in the hood.
They would have cracked on him.
They probably would have went in on him, but it was disrespectful, man. Go ahead, Z.
No, I was just saying it because I know in this day and age now, we have to be. Hold on one second, put my headphones up. We have to be quote unquote politically correct, right? And I want to also say about this, right? I'll give you an example, right? I told you, like I said, I'm from North New Jersey, Step One Projects. There have always been gay kids or whatever, right? You know, they hang with the girls. You know the gay with they jump rope or whatever they do, right? And I remember, like I said, because right before I went to job, actually I went to Arts High. You don't know what Arts High? And it's a famous school in North New Jersey. Michael B. Jordan went there. Tisha Campbell went there. Sabian Glover, he was a senior by the time I got there, or super senior. You know, tap young kid. Who else went there? Bodie from The Wider. Darnell, that's my man. We actually was in the same class, right? Talk to every now I haven't spoken to him in a while. But make a long story short, right? So, also too, was in my history class the guy that played Tito in the Jackson 5 that got beat before touching the guitar. A lot of people came from our side, and like I said, I told you guys I can sing. When I went there though, I can sing my ass, so one day I'll make a cut album, right? But how should I say this? It was a culture shock to me. And what I mean by that, I was used to going from maybe having 1 and 2 in the school to now maybe being, if you have 10 kids, I would say at least 5 of those 10 may have been like that. And that was a little, it was kind of strange to me, you know what I mean? Because that how you say quote unquote that was a culture shock, right? That's like if you to me. Now hear me out. I'm not trying to say like I have a problem with homophobic. I'm not homophobic or anything, but it's like if you take a black kid right in the city and you take him put him in an all white school, it was a culture shock to me. Like I wasn't like wow, you know what I mean? Like this shit was everywhere. Like I was like man, like wow, like I ain't gonna lie, it was like up close and right there in my face. And it was a little uncomfortable to me, you know what I mean, at the time. It was like, man, because I wasn't used to that, you know what I mean? Not saying that I have a problem, again, with anybody that's, how you say, living an alternative lifestyle. I'll be quick to tell you, I don't think anyone should be discriminated against, you know what I mean? Then they say, you know what, Obama, they say, you know what guys, you have blah, blah. I said, Obama actually did more for people of that lifestyle than I say actual people of color, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, he did.
This is me being honest. You will get more time in jail for messing with someone living an alternative than actually person. How you say a hate crime or calling someone. You can listen. You will go to jail messing with them. You know what I mean? Like this shit. And again, not saying that they don't have their own plight. Do I think they should be put out of the military? Absolutely, none of that. I'm not one for. I mean.
It depends on that though, because when you're in the military, you gotta act a certain way. You know what I mean? You gotta be a certain way. So
what do you mean? Okay, no, you sound a little like old school Archie Bunker. What are you talking about here?
I'm just being honest. All right, like check it out. That dude that was in the GameStop, he cool. Yeah, he cool.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn your mic down. But is that just me or you loud as hell on your hand too?
Oh my bad.
Nah, he loud as hell. I fixed it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm listening to you. Jet.
Oh yeah, I was saying like he cool, but you got them other ones like you used to watch Living Color.
Okay.
You remember when he used to you know what I mean, just too feminine. Like that ain't gonna work.
Now, listen, here's the thing though, right? This is the big debate now because the guy that killed Bin Laden, he's transgender now, or something. One of the guys that was on the force or something that led the Navy SEALs that went in there. He's trans. I don't have a problem with it. If you like it,
well, that was a farce though, but
well, I'm not talking. I'm not saying people did. Well, whatever the case, I know because I know when Trump was trying to get them out of the military or something, he was one of the ones. He was decorated. You know, I don't care. Like I you know what I mean. So let me say this right. I now is more acceptable than it was. I guess more normal. If that's it. But again, you know, Post saying was something in the water. Post, we're not the last time we had this conversation, right? I ain't gonna put my man on the legs like that. I literally don't have a problem.
It was the black scientists that came out and said it too.
I believe that though. That's something though.
I don't have an issue with it. I don't. I don't have an issue with any of this stuff. You know what I mean? As long as you're not infringing on my rights, and you know, I like this. What you do in the privacy of your own home is your own business. You understand what I'm saying? And I firmly live by that. You know what I mean? I just have a problem with it if you're trying to force that on me. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Is that, you know? Oh, Jesus, does that even sound biased or bigoted or you know? I mean, like I'm being.
Oh no.
You know, I mean, I understand it is a very, I guess a very sensitive topic, and you have to be kind of what you say or you say that you hate, you know, this on your back. I look at it as people being people. You know what I mean? You know, people being people. It is what it is. I think now. I think you like I said, you can't. But if you, I believe that people are born that way. You are who you are. You know what I mean? But how you say, you got racial issues. Then you have, you know, that. I think we should handle the racial issues in this country, right? Your sexual preference to me is your sexual preference, whatever you want to be. You know what I mean? If you understand what I'm saying? Like
just like your religion. Yeah.
There you go. Right? Exactly. I think to me that's more important to me, the racial divide and inequities in this country, than someone's sexual preference. You know what I mean? Do I think that sometimes they may be discriminating against? Absolutely, right? Because people are very judgmental. We're by nature. You know what I mean? Like I say, those sins, and you know, or don't throw rocks. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case. And you know, if you live in a glass house, or you know, or that's just us. Or those without sin cast the first stone. I think that is in human nature. But I think, to me, in my opinion, and you know, this is my opinion. I think the racial tension in this country, to me, is far more important than again someone's sexual preference. Now, I may be a little naive because I don't understand the breakdown. Either you're gay or you're transgender. I got still that to me that and again it's still I don't, you know, I thought it was the same thing. And I'm being told it's not the same thing. You know.
Yeah, it's two different.
Yeah, and to me that's a little weird. If you like men or you like women, I just look at it as that. Maybe, like I said, I'm a little old school and I may be naive to the situation. And, you know, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I just thought, you know, that was it. You like, you know, women or you like men. And that was that. No, as far as them wanting to, or they feel like they're a man trapped in a female, oh, cool. You're still going to like men or you're going to like whatever the case may be, you know. But I don't know, man. But I do think my man there was being a little, I'm going to get the LBGs like that. That's the mob or something. Yeah. Like, I think he was wrong for that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I didn't take that. I didn't get it from the guy that he was trying to be funny or, you know.
Nah, he wasn't.
You know,
listen, that guy was just trying to use his power. That was it. He was trying, like that. That was a forcibly right there what he did. And when he was like, "I'm going to let the LGBT community know," that basically just tells you how much power they have and that he's willing to abuse that power. Pretty much, you know. That's exactly what he was doing. He was abusing his power, and of course, the guy probably didn't mean it. He didn't know what to call him, so he was just like, "Hey, you made a mistake." But you flipping the fuck out, talking about I'm going to get the LGBT community on you, like basically to make you like you make an ass out of yourself, breaking shit. Where people are going to feel sympathy, like, oh, I mean, of course they're going to have his back. The whole community, LGBT community, is going to have his back. Like, oh, that's very disrespectful. Like, why would you call him a sir? I'm like, Doug, because I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what he prefers to be called. You never know. Some people may prefer to be called sir, even though they dress like women. They probably still want to. People are fucking weird these days. I don't like that's just me. You know, everybody's fucking weird. People got these categories and shit now.
Yeah, I think he was caught up in the moment, man. He was mad at the worker and the situation of how he was dressed and what he going through. He just all that shit was just going off.
Not even that. Like you can see in the very beginning of the video, he's barking at the ladies. Even she tried to diffuse it, and he was like, "No, man, mind your business, it's sir." So some people did try to diffuse the situation, and he would basically just taking his anger out on everybody. So like he kind of does look bad because there's somebody that you know.
He's battling an acceptance issue.
Exactly.
Accepting, you know what I'm saying? And that's what kind of made him go off. He wants so bad for not only for himself to accept him as what he wants to be and who he think he is, but he wants the outside world to accept him too. And he probably issues at home where his own family and people around him don't accept him for who he are. And so when you get the type of issues that's close to home, when you go out in the world, you take that anger out on other people that call you sir. Now you assuming that he don't accept you for who you are. So you initially start taking all that anger that you get at home and to the that's close to you and slinking it towards someone you don't even know and that don't even know what's going on. Like you could have just said in a respectful way, look, this is what I prefer you to call me, and left it at that.
Yeah, okay. Well, moving right along, we tackled that. We got through that one fairly easily. You got to go through that one with eggshells on. Okay. I'm sorry. Also, there was a woman of color attacked at a McDonald's for not. You know what? We're gonna bring that video up for not giving.
Oh yeah, that was in my city.
Oh, okay. Now, what happened? Do you know what happened?
Right up the street. Yeah. I guess the dude wanted a straw or something like that, and
what city is this? What city is this?
St. Petersburg.
Okay.
St. Petersburg, Florida.
Okay, so what happened?
Yeah, I guess he wanted a straw or whatever. You know, up there that's a ghetto McDonald's, man. Everybody in that ghetto, you gonna wait about 30 minutes for fries and all that shit. So I guess he was waiting for a straw or whatever. You know, the girl wasn't having it, so he grabbed her, and then from there she just started throwing blows at him.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna bring up the actual video. Hold on one second.
Okay, we know Brother Chad man is from Florida. He said up the street and he was trying to grab a scrawl. You know what I'm saying?
I forget you, nigga. You understood me, though, nigga.
Facts.
I'm gonna bring up the video here. Now, was this racially motivated? What the hell happened?
No, I don't think so, bro. I don't think that was. I mean, because there's a lot of like.
It wasn't. I wouldn't say that. It just fucking entitled old bastard. Just feel like I can do what the fuck I want without a consequence. Yeah, it's not racially motivated. It's just privilege motivated.
Yeah.
Privileged enough to do shit like that.
I mean, the white people most of the white people that's over here. I mean, not all of them like got money like that. We all probably.
He's just some old geezer.
Yeah,
he's not racially motivated. He's just like an old geezer. I think he would have done it regardless any woman that was, but. I'm surprised none of the brothers just reached out and punched the shit out of him. Like,
I got the video right here. Let me bring the video up. I got the video right here as we speak.
Okay, this is my first time seeing this video too. So what's going on? Shocking.
Now, a white dude. Yeah, I'm playing the video now. We're gonna see what happened here in real time.
Hey, let me listen to this.
Now, what? They know they just locked his ass up, but what made him grab it though?
Well, you know how McDonald's is, bro.
You see one trying to hold her back, you know, but she's putting those hands on. He look a little drunk.
Yeah, it was probably like a,
I thought she had straws.
Maybe a lot of bombs.
I think he was trying to reach for the straws that she had.
He grabbed her by the collar.
Yeah,
grabbed her, bro. But there's a lot of bombs inside.
It wasn't racially motivated. I just think like he's just entitled, like just fucking entitled.
Oh no, you can't. Listen, He probably looked down on her or whatever because he just gonna grab her like she's like.
Damn, she was punching too.
Yeah, she was punching the fuck out of her.
She knows how to throw hands.
Yeah, she. I don't know. Like I said again, I don't know what was said.
Yo, hold on. Yo, my brothers got to take an L on this one.
They do. Yeah.
Two dudes stand in the background got to take an L on this.
But this what you need to know, man. It's a lot of niggas that act like they hard, but them niggas ain't hard, man.
Look, you have a drunk man, a drunk entitled white man. You know, we in this Trump era where you had all these closet racists that's out the closet now because they're comfortable in this environment. Yeah, they can dance, they can be who they are in the environment, in this culture, in this climate that we're in.
That's your chance right there to step
when he grabbed her instead of him, that's your coworker too. You protect your coworkers and the people who you working with. Don't grab her. Go hold his ass up. Pop.
Exactly.
Get back. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of that's going on where certain white people who got this thing towards black people are just more livelier now in exposing that and expressing that, especially towards our black women. And in cases like us, we have to be able to step up in situations like this. Them two brothers, instead of grabbing her, she was doing what she was supposed to. She was giving them a poof, fop, bop, fop. You gonna catch these things? One of them, don't grab her, grab him. He's the threat. She's not the threat. I gotta agree
because even though she was punching him, he was still holding on tight.
That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. Like the moment he grabbed her, if you're a coworker as a dude, I'm rocking his shit. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is.
Exactly, because it becomes self-defense. I'm protecting my coworker. I don't know if he got something on him. I don't know if he had a knife or anything on him.
That is an assault. The moment he grabbed her, he assaulted her.
Well, so for them to stand there, she in jail now.
It don't matter though. For them to stand there and let her fight for herself like that, I was respectful. And the fact that the manager even tried to take order, I heard that like they were trying to defuse the situation so he could get his order done. First of all, his ass should have been beaten and thrown out. Fucking
exactly. Like he should have been. The two dudes should have put their hands on him. Whether you lose your job or not, I would have stood up for her in this case. If it would have taken me to lose my job at McDonald's,
that's not even a question, man.
I knew that if I'm losing my job, I lost my job for something respectable, for something that I stood up for, and for something that I knew I needed to stand up for. I can walk away with that L, you know what I'm saying, and not feel bad. But them two dudes, in order to stand there and watch her swing and do that, no, man, that he reached over the counter. So he reached over the counter, a hand should have came out of nowhere. Why? What are you doing?
That damn thing there was loaded, man. I don't know, you know, that was crazy. Like I don't know what transpired.
And that's why they do it. That's why they do it, because it's this. We're in a culture now where people look at where we don't protect our women. Where black men don't protect black women, and when people from the outside look at that, things like this happen all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Post when it's no father in the home. I mean, that's the type of things that happen.
Exactly.
You know what I mean, they never was taught how.
Exactly. We gotta stop protecting our women, because if not, things like this is gonna get out of hand. It's more.
I mean, again, this is the thing too. What was it? I think it was. Who was it? Was it Kratos that shared that, or the girl? Oh yeah, that same video right there, right? That same video. I think it was Porter Rock that shared it. I read the comment, and the brother was like, "Oh, this is what happened when black women act all independent. They don't need a black man in their life. So that's why these brothers didn't do shit." I'm reading his comment like, what the fuck? You're the same reason why these black women feel that they have to be independent, because your punk ass want to get tight because they want to be independent. Like, he talking about, oh, I wouldn't help it too because black women always want to be independent. I'm like, yo, so many shooters do. Like, I'm like, yo, coon ass brothers saying that, talking about black women want to be independent. This is why y'all shit like this happened and y'all want black men. Oh fuck.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yo.
That like I said, that damn thing there, he said is loaded. I don't know how they just sit by. I don't know if it's a younger generation. This is my coworker. First of all, it could have been my coworker when she was black, white, or whatever, and some guy reached behind the counter and just grabbed it. I didn't. So you know what's crazy?
No matter what color, it's a woman. It's a woman.
Man, bro, I'm gonna take race out of this, but I be saying, this shit never happen around me. Listen, wish a nigga would.
That's what I be saying, yo, bro. I would do that brutality for Mortal Kombat. I'm breaking bones. That shit gonna show an X-ray. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like,
Houston,
and you see,
Brown cut his fucking hand off as soon as he reach out, like, with a sister.
More than ever now. So, my opinion.
Yeah, hold on, bro. Hold on. Also, too, like I said, we got something horrific that happened down in Houston. Over the weekend, what weekend? What did this happen on? Right before New Year, right after Christmas. 7-year-old girl, black girl, was shot and killed in Houston, Texas. A white gentleman pulled up as the family was leaving. I believe it was Walmart. Pulled up into their car and dumped inside the car. They said the shooting was unprovoked. They didn't know they didn't know the guy. He just pulled up and played the video and shot everyone in the car. I'm saying who I think the mother's in the hospital now too. But the 7-year-old died. Like, this is crazy. I'm gonna bring the video up here. I'm gonna ask you guys a question, right? And I'm gonna actually
shot and killed.
I'm gonna play the video first, and then I ask the question, brother. Let's take a look at the video first, and then I ask the question. All right, here we get you guys' honest opinion.
A little girl sitting in her mother's car in a Walmart parking lot. ABC's Janae Norman is here with the very latest. Good morning, Janae.
Eva, good morning. That mom was leaving a Walmart parking lot with her 4 daughters when investigators say the man opened fire, and now they are urgently trying to find the killer, even appealing directly to that shooter to turn himself in.
One party appears to be trapped inside the vehicle, possibly deceased.
This morning, a massive manhunt is on for the suspect responsible for injuring a 30-year-old mother and killing her 7-year-old daughter.
Damn.
Investigators say the suspect pulled up alongside the vehicle as it was exiting a Walmart parking lot and opened fire.
This morning, about 7 o'clock this morning, we received a call in reference to a shooting at this intersection.
Now police say there may have been an altercation in the parking lot, leading to what authorities are calling a senseless act.
We're going to use all resources available to bring this killer to justice.
According to the county sheriff's office, the victim, identified as 7-year-old Jasmine Barnes, was in the car with 4 other family members, including her 3 sisters and mother LaPortia Robinson.
Damn.
Her mother sustained a gunshot wound to the arm, but is expected to survive. The suspect is described as a white male in his 40s with a beard. He was last seen wearing a red hoodie and fled in a red pickup truck without a license plate.
We will be looking for you. We will locate you. We will find you.
And officials say that suspect is considered armed and desperately trying to find that person.
Thank you, Janae. Appreciate it. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News.
That's crazy, man. Hold on, let me say another one here. That's a little that's what they got the moment.
The manhunt is underway.
You know, things like that pisses me off.
Yeah.
It makes, you know what?
I just tried.
But that's the type of culture.
Hack that
Who was just having that conversation when they said if that black lady would have won, a lot of the white nationalists would have just went around and started randomly killing black people.
Oh, that was we talking to Noah.
Talking to Noah. That was in Georgia, right?
Yeah, it was Georgia.
Yeah, correct.
Georgia. You tell you that if the black woman would have won, that white nationalists stated that they would have went around and started killing random black shit like that. That shit pisses me off, man. That I don't even know. I'm just gonna fall back in. Y'all can tackle that. I just need to get my thoughts.
Okay, I'll get my point.
Shout out to Titanfall Princess. She says shout out to Zaire. But interesting for talking about these topics. Yeah, that's what I got this show here for. Very, very sensitive topics, and a lot of people don't like to talk about things, on their platform. They don't want to piss off a particular fan base. But I'm not one of those. I use me as little dog's platform to talk about whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Parker. What you want to say?
No, what I'm saying is clearly racially motivated, and it always been like that. They just out on the work now since like Trump became president. So this is more like Jay Prince City, whatever. So they should get at the person, point blank, period. Because too long we allow our own be killed by someone outside our race, but we'll go and kill our own race for stepping on our sneakers or whatever. But stuff like this, we don't do nothing. And they gotta do about it. Because it was a black person, and he'd have been found 24 hours. So.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm ever say this. Anybody that's gonna feel some type of way, I don't give a fuck. I got boxing gloves. You can put these shits on, and we can fight. Anything and everything in this country is always gonna be fucking racially motivated. If you don't fucking believe the people that sits on the top don't always think about their people first before anything, then you're fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid. No matter what happens, their people gonna come first, and guess what? That's always gonna be racially motivated. No matter the fuck what, it's always gonna be like that. And shit like this, yeah, when white people kill blacks, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. Because when the cops can do it and still get paid and just be sent to do a paperwork, then that should tell you, how much our lives mean to a lot of them. That's just me. It's always been like that for me, and it's always going to be like that for me, right? And I always tell people, like, yo, y'all going to have to educate yourself, because a lot of us, man, they been doing shit to us since slavery days, physically change you. Slavery to mental slavery, yo, y'all motherfuckers is still asleep. And I've been trying to tell people that shit, like all this rap music shit, keeping y'all asleep, keeping us to keep killing each other. Why they gonna kill us? Do you want to get mad because they killing us? It's like I don't know, bro. This shit is retarded. Like I've been telling people, like, yo, y'all not seeing the bigger picture. Like, it's just.
Let me see this right. I asked the question, are racially motivated crimes up since Trump took office, right? Became president. They say men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, right? Just going by the numbers. I know, and again, maybe it's me being a little naive, but just saying, it's 2018. And we're still dealing with this. For people to say that it isn't, there's no, no bias, or things are okay, or they're good. You guys just had a black president. It still happens to this day. We had Charlottesville. Was it South Carolina? Charlottesville. A neo-Nazi. This is crazy, right? Neo-Nazi, left or right-wing march. Woman lost her life in America. You know what I mean? Nazi, everything that's what he said, quote unquote, the American, land of the free is supposed to be against, right? If I'm not mistaken, we fought the Nazis in World War II. But I guess I don't know, or it's this is crazy to me. To say that, let me choose my words. Fuck choosing my words, right? But like, it's still happening, and for our president, quote unquote, the leader of the free world, right? They come out and say that there were good people on both sides. They chanting, "You will not replace us," and blood and soil. Like, what I mean? Like, this shit is sheer lunacy. Now, this is beyond politics. You had a man whose parents were involved in the KKK, and what you're taught, whatever is passed down from your parents. You know what I mean? People will argue, no, Trump's not this racist, or he's not this. Like, look at the things that he says. Like, this is crazy. Build a wall. I don't know if this country is so fucking stupid, what the fuck is a wall going to do? Like, I was going back and forth with the guy, Smokey Dog, on Twitter last week, right? Talking about we need to protect our borders. Protect them from what? The last time I checked, there's no Mexican or no one in the Caribbean shooting up schools. How many mass shootings did we have here in North America within the last year? About more than 10? You know?
Yo, you know what's crazy?
And they wasn't done by no Mexican. They wasn't doing nobody with no turban wrapped around their head screaming Allah Akbar. Like, I ain't claiming to be the sharpest knife in the drawer, but come on now. Yeah.
I mean, you know what? It's funny, Z, that you asked that question because other countries literally make fun of Americans. They really believe America is filled with a bunch of idiots. Like, that's the thing. This, you know, people from different countries really believe that. Like, they do. Because it's weird because I don't understand why people are so obsessed with this war shit. Like, building a wall. They are so fucking obsessed with it. It's like, all the bad shooting happens in this country by your own people, but for some stupid reason they're so eager to protect this war. Like, oh my god, like it's like a fucking zombie apocalypse on the other side ready to come in, when it's like all this fucking mass shooting is being done by your own fucking people. It's like I'm fucking confused. Like, and the people buy this shit too. Like, it's like they eating this shit up, saying, "Oh, they bringing it. They're worse rapists. They're gonna rape our women and all of this crazy shit." And it's like you got fucking homegrown Americans going to school, massively killing people, and it's like, yo, this shit is just everything is just fucking backward, bro.
So, you mean to tell me you get people who stole the country, stole land from the Indians, which we are the true Indians. We didn't all come from Africa.
Native Americans.
Native Americans. Yeah, it's however you want to call it. We are the true Native Americans. If you look at a lot of people, black lineage in America, and you trace it back, you're going to see that the more farther you're going back, you're going to go into the Native American. And not only that, you got white people who is dressing up, faking like they're Native Americans to get the benefits that the Native Americans get. So you got people who forcibly took over land that's not their land, trying to tell other people to stay out of their land that ain't even theirs. This shit doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense.
And we got to pay the bills real quick, but I can't do those.
I can't. Which one we at?
Posted, you got it?
I can't see it. Who's the name?
McNeil. Okay, I'll do the second one. McNeil Chris J with $1.99. Y'all don't be foolish. It was racially motivated.
Okay. Okay. All right. McNeil J. Chris. I see Titanfall Princess. At the Titanfall, she put hands on that old fuck that he ordered a Big Mac meal and got a 10-piece with a nugget, laughing my ass off. McNeil J. Don't be racially motivated. Okay. Here's the thing again. You know what I've noticed, right? And that's why I call that religion, all that shit, man. I'm gonna say this before, right? Now, I may put certain people off, but hear me out. I raised a question on Facebook, and I said that what was worse that happened to people of color? Racism, I mean, slavery and all this stuff, you know what I mean? And then I said B. I said racism, I said slavery. I said B, poverty, C, religion, right? And I asked motherfuckers to choose, right? Only a few motherfuckers chose religion, right? I'm gonna leave you with a famous quote from Napoleon. He says, "Religion is what keeps the poor from killing the rich. Religion is what keeps us very, very docile. You know what I mean? To think that, hey, I have to go through hell here, and and the God's gonna work it out. You know what I mean? Now here it is again. And again, not to get too deep in it, but we're gonna talk about it, right? We're just talking about here in North America alone. People of color went through over 400 years of systematic oppression, right? 400 years, right? And then in North Africa, what you have now, we're seeing Libya, what's going on in Libya with slavery. Over 1,200 years of slavery in Islam, right? You cannot point to me in no time on this earth, time period, that when the mainstream religion was enforced on the people of color through a time of servitude, right? Hear me out. So I look at it like this. So when it happened down here in Louisville, right? Some started not St. Louis, with Arlington Sharpton, my man that got shot in Louisiana was shot with selling CDs in front of the store. The first of them black pastors go down there and said, you know, oh, they're praying for him, we're gonna pray for this, and that God's gonna win. In who time, nigga? My time? Your time? Oh, fuck all that praying, man. That shit ain't doing. Niggas been praying since forever. I'm gonna take it back even a little further. You know, when they was using them little black babies as gator baits down there in Mississippi and in the Everglades and Florida and all this shit, using little black babies as gator baits. Don't you think that mother sat there on the bayou and cried up to Jesus not to be raped, murdered, and not what time with their prayers answered? Like, to me, we gotta wait to fucking put that book down. Put that shit down, bro. Like that ain't doing nothing. And they look at me like I'm crazy for talking about this shit. Like, come on, bro. It's 2018. What the fuck are we doing talking about burning bushes and talking snakes?
Let me tell you something. When blacks commit an offense against a white person, there's highly consequences and repercussions. Because of religion, when white people do something to us, we've been taught to forgive them. No matter how brutal, no matter how demonstrative or no matter how whatever they do to us, through religion, we always turn around and forgive them. Now people get shot in a church. Forgive you.
You know, it ain't funny, but it's funny, man.
And that's what religion has done.
Hey, bro.
It has forced us to put our burdens on a being that we haven't seen, but we are told to have faith in, versus taking matters into our own hands.
Hey, bro, you know what's crazy, right? So when and I try to be respectful. You know what I mean? It is what it is, right? But because when you ask a certain question, when they can't answer that question, they get very defensive, right? I was saying about someone being disrespectful, where you had non-parishioners and they're praying to Jesus, right? We're talking about in Charleston, South Carolina, with Dylan Roof, right? And they're praying, right? Joker went there, killed 9 people, and they're praying. You know what they did after they cleaned the blood out? Them black folks went into that church and prayed to Jesus, to the Joker that got killed, and they're praying to Jesus. So I'm sitting back scratching my head, like, oh, what is the, like, what's the end game here?
You know what it is too, right? This is one thing this is one of those things I started to realize when it comes to religion, right? My family is Muslim, right? I'm not really into it because I like to question shit because of that. I read the Quran, I know how to read it, and stuff don't make sense to me, right? And I look at some of these Muslims, and they literally everybody's full of shit. Racism run like plague among Muslims, like fucking crazy, like they don't even realize it. So, and then learn about the Anunnakis and all of this shit. Shit makes sense to me, but I cannot talk to them about it, right? But I see why, like, when they alter all of this shit and make black people the way they are, because it's like this: you brainwash the fuck out of them through, force. You beat the fuck out of them to a point. It happens to human beings. When you beat them to a point, you force them to brainwash and forget everything that they once known, to take everything you've been telling them for 400 longer than that, and they start to believe that shit themselves. At some point, people believe it. They really believe it, and then once that happens, you don't even have to do shit, because the next generation, they're gonna raise them as Christians, and they're not gonna allow their kids to think outside of a box. I went through hell with my parents because they try to force me to fucking pray, bro. They wanted to disown the fuck out of me. Shit like that, it starts to happen on its own. It becomes like an automatic thing where you're born, you just start to brainwash the fuck out of your kids. You tell them all of this crazy shit. Jesus was hung. If he can forgive, you forgive. Blah, 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 blah. And because of that, people being just mentally fucked. And we're going to continue to be mentally fucked. Like, the Arabs done the same shit to Africans through Islam. They use Islam the same way. They killed them. and use Islam, blah blah blah, follow this, Allah is gonna reward you and all of your suffering and shit. They do the same thing with women. They tell them that you suffer under your man. When you die, there's a better place for you in Jannah. Like, they literally tell them that some of these females go through fucking abuse because they believe that Allah is watching. He's watching everything. They will literally not, leave this man because they think, there's going to be a better place for them in heaven when they endure all of this crazy shit. I'm telling you, it's thickening.
Yeah, I pay the bills real quick. Harry Heck with the 50 sec. First Jewish/G suits killed 10 million Native Americans, then killed over 8 million blacks and slave trade to America. The same people who sell us globe. And tag the image with $5. Before Christianity, Nigerians would pray to the fathers and forefathers before them in China. Before them. And in China, they hold Muslims in camps unless they forego their beliefs. And this is actually true. I think I sent Z. Yeah, right now in China, I forgot where. Like,
China don't
people are taking people from Turkey or some weird shit. Yeah, they're putting Islamic believers in concentration camps.
Yeah, they don't want none of that shit.
You know what's crazy, right?
Just like how Nazis put Jewish people in concentration camps, that's basically what the Chinese are almost doing right now.
Let me ask you a question, right? What I find is odd, right? That all these religions, quote unquote, so-called practice or preach peace, but none of them can achieve it. This world will be a much better place, real talk, without any religion. You know how much blood and how many wars were fought over religion, right? And then if you could say, and again, whether Allah, God, or Allah and God is the same thing, Allah, you know what I mean? What do you call him? Jehovah, one God, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. It depends on whatever you want to call him, right? And let's say if you're Christian, if we're gonna go by the God as this all-knowing and all-seeing God, right? And that God is perfect. God makes no mistake. So when the first thing went wrong with his creation, what did he do? He had a flood, right? To get rid of all the bad stuff, right? The babies, all the animals, everything had to die. We're going to start a new with Noah and his family, right? That's the story we're told, right? So then for shit to go left again, so this time, I'm going to sacrifice my only begotten son, right? Then for shit again, still to go left. Listen to what we're saying here, right? Like, this shit to me is sheer lunacy. When I started to open my eyes up and I started to say the things that I've always had questions. I was asked because I was bad as hell when I was little. And I always said, Grandma, I don't want to die. Why I gotta die? Why is this and why? I always questions why, right? Well, because Eve ate the apple, whatever you want to call it. They ate from the tree of knowledge, right? So I got to thinking, it's like, to me, it make any sense. If God knew she was going to eat it, why even put it there, right? Why even let the quote-unquote metaphor, why even let the devil or the serpent into the garden, right? Or it's even better because it says in, I don't know the chapter, I couldn't find the last week this conversation, like that, the devil, quote-unquote, tricked a third of God's angels to follow him, right? We're talking about it. So didn't God know that the devil or Lucifer was going to do what he did? Because all this mayhem happens on earth because of the devil. Why is God allowing him to do this, right? To me, this never made any goddamn sense. Or you take the story of Job, his most faithful servant, right? Praying 9 times a day, doing all this, that, and the other, right? We're going to let this man lose his family and cover with bulls and all this. Like, to me, it just never made any sense. And we're led to be told that God is this merciful God. He said, well, are you crazy? Like, this is what we're saying. This is just business here. The Catholic Church, let's see what the Catholic Church, the Catholic Church makes enough money in 1 month to eradicate world hunger. 1 month.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
true. Eradicate world hunger. There'll be no more kids in Africa with big heads and big belly. None of that shit. 1 month. If that's not,
it's not just Catholics, bro. It's the same.
No, I know. I'm not saying. I'm just taking one, which is the bigger, Christianity, whatever. They make enough money in 1 month to eradicate world. I even take it one step further, right? Now I'm talking about, he said, quote unquote, the nigger churches, the churches on the corner of the hood next to the liquor store. Black churches, Just see North America, right? They make upwards to about, it was like $80 million a week, something crazy like that. Almost, that's what you're getting on the books. We're gonna say about $100 million a week, right? All the black churches in America. There should be no homeless black families. None of that shit, bro. We're talking about in 1 week, in a month. You know what I mean? Like this is, religion is big business. I got to go back and tell you before from the Brookers report, man. When NASA, quote unquote, when they posted we ain't been there, whatever the case, that's another, we're gonna talk about that too. But he said when you find evidence of whatever there, do not tell the American people, it's not even American, don't tell the world about, because the religious culture on our planet will fall apart. You know what I mean?
It's funny you said that, because that's, it's funny as you
because especially with Christianity, you're going to say, if we're just talking about beings from other planets, they're going to say, well, if Jesus Christ died for our sins, well, did he die for their sins also? Right? Because again, what to me, would have any person that, practice, this or religion, because most motherfuckers say they're religious because they never read the Bible, because if you read this shit, like, some of this shit is just crazy as hell. When you have another culture, regardless if you believe in what they said, which is fine, doesn't even make a difference, they have a belief to be unsure, that those stories come from the Sumerian tales of creation. I ask every Christian or every Hebrew, when we get on the show here, ask them, like, bro, you have another culture that predates Judaism. We all can agree that was the first religion, Judaism, Christianity, and then Islam, right? There was the Tanakh, aka the Torah, aka the Old Testament. All those stories come from the Sumerian tales of creation. And the Tanakh, they call him Adam. This one they called him the Adam. Now, whether you agree with the Sumerians and they've been how you say, genetically modified, that's another story for another day. I'm just saying, this is what these people wrote down, right? That all of their teachings came from those that came from heaven, the Anunnaki. That was their claim to fame, what they put. Now again, what I also found is true, these people wrote about the pyramids, wrote about all types of shit, but in school I was taught that the Egyptians built the pyramids, right? Well, next year, what the hell are you talking about? But the Sumerian, that culture, like I said again, I'm not saying it was the first civilization, but they are credited as being the first civilization as far as having a language, a navy, law. There's a lot of shit that we use today, the way that we break, minutes, hours into minutes, seconds into minutes, minutes into hours. All that shit comes from them, right? The fact that, how you say, do you have you ever get something notarized? You know what I mean? A stamp, like something notarized. All little shit like this shit, that comes from them, right? They wrote about the pyramids, but again, in school, we was taught about, the Egyptians built the pyramids, but they predate the Egyptian empire again by thousands of goddamn years. So you would think that these people that had so much importance in the evolution of man, why we're not taught about them in school? You know what I mean? Like, to me, that never really made sense to me. Again, now, just taking the whole religious shit out of it, if these people, again, I'm not saying they are the first civilization, they are credited as being the oldest, if not the first civilization. Why we're not really taught about them in school? If you are, they're giving you a short little, and nothing, major, which is, Sumer, which is modern day Iraq, but we're not really taught about it. Like, to me, like, that never really made any sense. And before I started, to expand on my own, did my own little thing, like, yo, this shit ain't really fuck going on here, man. Like, this is just too much shit going on in the world right here. You know what I mean? To have, you talking about you got a Joker on the cloud sitting there with a thunderbolt in his hand, looking on this wild shit going, like, come on, bro. Like, nah, that doesn't mean somebody just drop something in the chat. He said, Harry Halim said, religion is scapegoated for the Masonic and Illuminati, Jesus, Zionic, Jewish, and Brotherhood. Devil's best lies not being seen, infiltrating a power. Yeah, between far as I don't really subscribe to the devil, and Brian, listen, man.
Okay, Z, check this out. All right, so if we see that religion is not helping, so what should humanity do going forward?
Okay. Say that again. You said no. Now we can talk about it. You said what? See that what's not happening?
No, I was saying. So we seeing that religion helping is causing more problems than good. So as humanity, what should we do going forward? Whatever to make this world a better place.
Okay. Obviously, religion ain't helping because again, you have all these doctrines practicing or preaching peace, but none of them able to obtain it. Because again, what happens is, even with this religion, right? And I'm going to try to answer your question. You have Jews, you have Christians, you have Islam. All of them are fighting amongst each other, right? Saying that my way is the proper way to pray, and this, that, and the other, right? Now, all these supposed to be God-fearing. People should love thy neighbors as you love thyself, right? Whatever the case may be. You know, those without sin cast the first stone. Judge thee, or these should be judged first. All that slick shit right there, right? But they got them arguing amongst each other, right? And saying that, hey, no, my God is the right God, right? This, that, and the other, right? Or to say, you know what? Adam and Eve didn't have a religion, right? Not that I recall, they didn't have a religion, but they, quote unquote, had a one-on-one relationship with God, was able to walk and talk with him and all that slick shit, right? Take away the religion. If we just get down and stop waiting or praying to somebody in the cloud or to will come down and better our situation, you know, and just, you know, and take take the keys to the car, you know, and drive to your own destination, man. As far as humanity, some more people of color, right? Just fuck. I'm gonna get what you mean. People of color, right? Our biggest problem before we get together is that we don't hold on and we don't keep up with them. What I mean by that is, right? In New York, there was a Chinese, was a cop that killed an unarmed black man, and I believe it might have been in Manhattan or one of those projects in New York. It was dark in a hallway. He shot and killed an unarmed black man, right? And that happened a few years ago. You know, those Chinese people were out there every day because they gave the cop manslaughter. They was out there protesting every day. The problem with black people, we don't hold on to nothing, right? We seen an unarmed man choked out. I can't breathe, officer. I can't breathe, right? Right? That family got their money. No one talks about that case anymore. And that's it. We don't hold on to nothing. Sandra Bullock, you know what I mean? Mike Brown. All these things happen. And we on it for right now. And then we wanted something new. You know what I mean? The problem with us, again, was that we're a lot of things, bro. We're taught to wear our wealth on our backs, right? And one time I was be a very fly, flashy dude, right? But all that shit, right? But we'd rather look like we got $1,000 than actually have $1,000, man. You know, and I'll give you an example. I always say this. You had what was going on in the South. You know, blacks weren't allowed to ride in the front of the bus, right? And, you know, they was out there more protesting, marching, this, that, and the other. They didn't give a fuck about none of that. The racial jokes didn't give a fuck. It wasn't until they started riding the bus, brother, until they started riding the bus and they started spending their money, that law changed. You know what I mean? People of color, we have more power than we think we do. We spend more money with movies, sports, and entertainment and fashion than any other jokers on this planet, and we don't own nothing. If we want some of this shit to change, we have to start spending our money. Some fuck, you know, cop kills another unarmed black man or any other color, not just black, but even an unarmed, you know, person of color. No person of color. You know what? Don't spend no money in the economy for a day. So some of this laws and some of this shit starts to change. Shit don't change in 2 days. I mean, don't spend nothing across the way. You know what I mean? Then shit will start to change. Before us getting together, man, we got, you know what I mean? We got to get out those books, man. Put them books down and get back. I mean, shit, man, we so fucked up over here, bro. You know what I mean? You know what? I'll say it like this, right? Real talk. And I say this again. They trick us with this racism shit on the surface, right? We all poor. We all fucked up, right? But they trick us with that on the surface, right? And they keep us arguing amongst each other, right? And not paying, you know, not paying attention for them. They robbing us all blind, right? You know, Trump just passed the law to get these billionaires all these tax breaks. It's called trickle-down economics, right? They've been proved this shit. Reagan started with that shit. We're going to give the billionaires, zillionaires tax breaks so they can have more money. They're going to put more of that money back in. It didn't work like that, right? We, again, need to come together and what's our common goal and our common issue that most people, no one wants to be poor, no one wants to live in poverty, right? You know what I mean? We're talking about, again, the wealthiest, quote unquote, the country in the world, right? The wealthy, and again, we have one of the highest when it comes to, you know, homeless in this country, you know what I mean? More sick people. Everything's a business. Everything's a big business, man. You know what I mean? Healthcare. You know, which is, again, it's crazy as hell, man. And it's so much. And not to be all over the place. Like even look what's you say with Obamacare, right? And they got the people in West Virginia and Kentucky. Now we don't want no Obamacare. Trump said we don't need it, right? Now no, it's not even called Obamacare. It's called the Affordable Care Act, right? So now they look for them being so biased and so big, and I think it's funny, good for the ass, right? You know, and try to repeal it. You know, they got them in office, right? And now they about to lose their health insurance. All these motherfuckers down there going mining those caves, you know, those mines down there in West Virginia and shit for coal. And now they got the black one. They all fucking now they can't get no health care. But them being so biased and so motherfucking racist, you know what I mean? We don't, because quote unquote it was a person of color. You know, we don't want no motherfucking Obamacare. You know what I mean? So now they all fucked up for them, like I said, being biased. But again, to answer your question, because it's a loaded question, what could we do to get us something together? But again, bro, I said to him, we got to put those books down, those religions, man. Because you got poor Christians, you got poor Jews, Judaism practice that faith. You have poor people that are Muslim, you know what I mean? Praying every day, giving their offerings, with these offerings to God, you know what I mean, whoever the hell, to the Pope, to the church, you know what I mean? Remove those books, you know what I mean? And man.
Yo.
No, I mean, I don't know, Parker. That's a loaded question, but I'll tell you right now, that book ain't the goddamn key, bro.
I think we have to have, more unity and stuff, and like stand together more. That's one of the few steps you gotta take first to get things rolling in the right direction.
No, you just talking about people of color, or you talking about humanity? Period.
Yeah, color. The ones that are being oppressed, really. So
we're all oppressed.
It starts there first, though. Yeah, but humanity. You know what I'm saying? It starts there first, though, and then the world could be a better place. You know.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. This is the reality. The world will never be a better place. It is what it is. It's just it's human nature. Like to do shit like this. It's really human nature, right? At the end of the day, it's like this. Like, it's our nature to hurt each other, but at the same time, as being a black man, when I see another brother being hurt by a different race, I'm gonna feel some type of way, right? I don't know what it is, but it bothers me, right, to see one of my kind treated badly, right? And then, like Z said, like, we do gotta put the books down. Like, our people are the only race where we take religion to the heart. We practice it more than any race.
And they got shit. We do more praying, we do more fasting, more praying, and still ain't got shit to show for it, bro. You ain't lying. Black people are some of the most sanctified, religious, going to church, going to Bible study, going to the masjid, ain't got shit to show for it. But that Jesus game, that line is killing us, bro. It's killing us, man. I know my man Bridge in the chat, like, come on, Z. Nah, it was 2018. We gotta get about that shit, bro. That game was a fraud, man.
And look, I'm not telling anybody to abandon their religion.
Wait, hold on. My man said, he said, Z, the only thing you believe is in game. No, listen. The root word of belief is to be unsure, right? You know what I mean? I don't deal with beliefs, man. Religion itself, I'm gonna say this before I get the hell up out of here, right? Religion is a man-made concept. We have been on this earth for thousands of years, if not millions, without any religion. So for those of you that like to hold on to this and say, what's you tripping and God, Jesus, that and the other. So before all that came, because again, most of you motherfuckers think BC stands before Christ and AD stands for after death. BC stands for before Common Era, but that's neither here nor there, right? So let me ask you this. So if you're going to say that, right? So where did the Neanderthals or the Cro-Magnon man and all the different species, you have different species of man, or you can listen to the aliens just either, right? Did they die? Did they go to hell? You know what I mean?
That's a question nobody can answer.
No, I know. They start that hell shit to the New Testament. You cannot find me no passage in the Old Testament talking about some hell. That shit ain't come along to the New Testament. And now ask yourself again, for those that like the whole, we're gonna talk about it. The book. Did God write the Bible? Or I ask you a question, did God write the Ten Commandments, right? Yeah, he wrote the Ten Commandments, but he didn't man to write the Bible. Or those God's word or those man's word? Niggas talk to God every day, B. Niggas talk to God every day. Like, come on, man. Like, this. I'm sorry. You know, but that's neither here. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. What you about to say, bro?
Oh yeah. I was saying, like, our people, we practice the religion way more than everybody, right? And it got to, like, this is the thing. I'm not telling anybody to abandon your faith. Like, I'm not telling anybody to do that. But at some point, if you're going to read the Bible, if you're going to read the Quran, you also got to question shit. This is the thing. I learned being a Muslim, yo, bro. You cannot. You can't. Yo, Z, I'm gonna tell you this shit. You cannot question nothing. What is that?
Hey, my man said, hold up. My man said, actually, Jesus went down into hell to rescue Adam and all the lost souls before he came to redeem man. Word? And you know this how? Well, come on, we gotta talk about it. How do you know this?
Because it's in a book.
No, how do you know this, right? Hey, yo, my man said Jesus went down to hell. Word?
Yo, who wrote the Bible? Like,
listen.
Who wrote the Bible? That's my question.
You know what? I know what I think is funny, bro. You got all these jokers in the Bible: Matthew, Luke, Peter. Paul.
Yeah, because it seems like Jesus didn't write the Bible. How is that Jesus done all of this but not record his own story? Like, I'm confused.
I gotta ask my man a question. What are their last name? What's Peter, Mark, Paul? What year were they born? What year did they die? Because you go to Africa, you can find grain suits that they date back 10,000 years. But you got all these important people in the Bible and the Quran, and not one place where they're buried.
I'm still confused.
Okay, my man said he said Jesus didn't write the Bible, but did Jesus tell? Well, again, we talking about? Did he tell man to write the Bible?
Yeah, that's what I'm confused. Like, if Jesus didn't write the Bible, then how the hell did people know he went to hell, saved all of this? What? Like, you would think he would write something down himself and leave it back. Like, yo, I'm gonna tell you some crazy shit. I went to hell. Like,
hey, yo, check it out, right? That book ain't do nothing but profit about slavery. Slaves obey thy master. Listen to what we're saying here, right? Slaves obey thy master. All, bro, listen, man. That book in itself right there, that book has done more harm than anything, man. That book has done more harm. We're talking about enslaved. You know, again, how religion and stuff are spread through force. You know, you had the what's it called? The Christian Templars going around murking motherfuckers. They didn't accept Jesus as they like, crazy,
Muslims did the same thing too.
Yeah,
but that's a funny thing. That's a funny thing. The church and any Muslim person will never preach about that. They will never talk about how during the Crusade War, the Christians and the Muslims went out there and started beheading people and all of that for not believing, force them either believe or die. They are never going to touch that. But according to them, you know, Islam was spread through peace and love. You know, it was all peace and love. And I'm like, whoa.
Wait, he said.
What about the time they was killing people?
He said the mark of what beast? What the hell what's going on here, man? Hey, y'all get listen. Let's look at a couple of you Bible talkers. I listen, my man, what's a God of Games. We do the show next Wednesday. I gotta get you on the show, good brother. First, a shout out to you, man. Can you support the channel? I appreciate it, man. I thank you on the Patreon too. I'll get your ass up here next Wednesday. Don't come up here and be shy. He said you can prove to me this stuff is fake. It's fact.
It's the same shit with the Egyptians, right?
He said he can prove.
This is one thing I noticed in history. Church always trying to take power, right? It was what was his name? One of the pharaoh in Egypt, where he basically said, you know, fuck believing all these gods. Basically, took the power from the church, and they wanted him dead. So he created one god. What was the I forgot the pharaoh's name. He created one.
You talking about the pharaoh? You talking about back in? You talking about man?
Yeah, when he basically took the power from.
Wait, hold up, my man. What's my man? And they got his ass up out of there.
Oh my god! Everybody to pray to one God,
my man with the elongated skull. What the fuck was his name? Jesus. Oh my god, what's his name? Jesus. Hold up, man. But hold up and listen, God of Games, right? I'm gonna bring this shit back to next Wednesday about 10 o'clock. We'll get you on the Discord, get you prepped, man. I need you said you got the proof. You can prove this stuff here happened. We're gonna talk about it, man. You must say he can prove that this stuff. We're gonna listen, man. Earlier written version of the gospel. Okay, the Dead Sea Scrolls. Let me ask you a question, right? Even with the Dead Sea, why do you, again, the Dead Sea Scrolls is the earliest written version of the Gospels, right? Why is that not? Why that's not in the Bible? If Jesus lived, then probably had a mass hallucination. His tomb was raided by thieves.
Bro, you know what's crazy? When I was young, right, I would always ask about aliens. Like when I was in Islamic school, they used to get tight at me. Like I used to get like I used to get punished for that. Like they would punish me for even asking questions about outside of this planet. Like they would not allow you to think outside. Like I used to get punished for that shit, and that was one of the reasons because I couldn't understand the fact that every time I read the Quran, like Allah encourages you to think, but when I try to think and I ask him that question, I get in trouble for that. I'm like, wait, so you're telling me he's giving me an option to think, but I can't think at the same time? Like,
yo, my man said the Joe Rogan podcast, Moses was tripping on drugs when we encountered that burning bush. Hey, now God again, we gonna get your ass in here, bro. So you gonna tell me there was a burning bush and a talking snake? We gonna talk about this, good brother.
Yeah,
yes, Titanfall. I have heard about the. We talk about the Sumerian tales of creation. Yes, the which the Bible comes from. Which the Old Testament, the Tanakh.
You know what's funny?
All that shit comes from the Sumerian tales of creation.
You know what's funny?
Law code too. Babylonians. What was it? Law code of.
Yes.
So that predates the Ten Commandments. Yeah.
The Ten Commandments and numbers should come out after the 42 laws to commit. Like, oh, listen.
Yo, Z, you know what's crazy, bro?
Mm-hmm.
If you read the Bible, they talk about Anu, but most Christians don't even know about Anu. Like, it's funny how they took things from the Sumerians, right, and they implemented in the Bible, but they don't even talk about it. Like, there's some of the gods that are mentioned, like Enoch has been mentioned, but most Christians don't even know who the hell that is, like, at all.
Yeah. All that shit, but again, because there's no way in hell that you can believe. Well, actually there is, but to hold to those Gospels, and you can tell me that the Old Testament, which is aka the Tanakh, aka the Torah, did come from the Sumerian tales of creation, right? Which again, they didn't deal with no spook god, no joke on the cloud with a thunderbolt. Nah, those same stories. And here's the thing, right? And and you can believe. First of all, shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. God gave them. I'm just talking, right? But that culture predates any of those books, and made by thousands of years. By thousands of years, you know what I mean? They came from there, which is, aka Sumer, which is modern day Iraq. You know what I mean? The Garden of Eden. You know what I mean?
The funny thing is, the same type of gods that we believe in, the Sumerians don't even believe them like that. They say gods, but we believe in one God. But the Sumerians, according to what the people, they were gods, meaning that they don't even. To them, they were just like outsiders coming in.
I got a question, right? Hold on, one man here. Hey, Spurs, Briggs crazy ass here. And God again, answer me this question, right? And I'm gonna close the show with this. I'm gonna keep it simple, right? In the Old Testament, it said, "Let us, right, create man after our image and after our likeness." So I'm gonna ask you this again: Who the hell is us? And who the hell is our? Because the Old Testament, aka the Tanakh, aka the Torah, or the Judaism, right? The first mainstream religion. They don't believe in the trifecta. They don't believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. They didn't come along around with the 1300s. That's a very new concept, and we're gonna talk about that later, right? That's from New Testament. They said that Father, Son, Holy Spirit shit, right? They didn't believe in it. So who the hell is us, and who the hell is our? Because even the word Elohim in itself means gods in plural in Hebrew. So who was God talking to, right? We're going to have fun with this. And I'm going to close the show. It says in clear as day, let us create man after our image and after our likeness. Who the hell is us and who is our? Right? Now I believe in myself. Real talk.
But the funny is, Jewish people don't even believe in Jesus, the same God that Christians believe in. They literally talk about Yahweh, Elohim, all the other gods. Like, that's the thing. Muslims and Christians believe there's one. But the Sumerians and Jews believe, no, there's multiple gods. Like, if you closely pay attention, it's not just one God. Like, and according to the Sumerians, these were like, I guess you would consider them aliens. They never really called them gods. Like, they were basically aliens to them. Like, it's a lot more deeper, but you know, like I said.
Hey, Michael 08. No, I said, listen, you want who you want to call them? I ain't say nobody know Jesus Christ. I said it says there. Shut up, Alexa. It says, let us create man after our image and after our likeness. Who was God talking to? Because again, if the first books were written by quote unquote the Jews, they don't believe in the trifecta, right?
Yeah, they don't.
Even the word Elohim, you can find it all throughout the Old Testament. I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna give you guys a clue. The word Elohim in itself means gods in plural. So if you have a culture, the Jews, whatever the case, they don't believe in they usually call them Abba. When you see the reincarnation or the reenactment of Jesus on the Christ, right? And he's being killed. And he says Abba, Father in Hebrew. Abba, forgive them for they know not what they do. Right? They believe when they Abba, Father, the one, right?
Yeah.
So again, who was he talking to? Let us create God. Let us create man after after image and likeness, right? Because again, that story comes from the Sumerian tells creation. Let us create the Adam after our image and after our likeness. Or I'll give you even better. Give you another hint. You have the story of the Tower of Babel, right? The Tower of Babel, right? Let us go down there and confuse man's tongue. They was building this tower, remember? It was building this tower, and God found it, quote unquote, he found it disrespectful. They were being blasphemous. We're going to build this tower to sit in the heavens with our Father. Said, let us go down there and confuse man's tongue. And again, who the hell is us?
They don't. I'm telling you, Z. That's the thing about Christianity and other. They will never talk about the Sumerians.
I'm waiting for my man.
Most Christians don't even what the fuck Sumerians are. Like even Muslims, like you like the Sumerians. They're like, huh? Like they really don't know.
Hey, where you at, Briggs? I asked you a simple question, Briggs. This is showtime, man. You tell me what you got that mic. Hey, Briggs, we gonna get your ass on here this Wednesday. You said you got that mic. You said you got that mic, Briggs. Can we get your ass on here this Wednesday? And I've asked you one question.
See the term, the thing, angels. I don't even think angels are really a thing.
My man said the Tower of Babel was a stage in Mortal Kombat. You ain't lying about that. But we're gonna close the show with that, man.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Before we close the show, I sent you a DM. You think you can pull it out? I think we got a thumbnail contender right here with that one.
Not that sex with the Xbox shit, right?
No, not that one. Not that one.
Okay, we got one. One of the greatest achievement. All of this delivered. That
might be a thumbnail contender.
Yeah, we got this one. We use this. We got it. Save image. We got it.
Did you see the shit with the Fox News? The lady that's seen the
UFO.
Yeah.
Fox
News reported.
I didn't get into my old UFO shit tonight. But yeah, we can come back. Pause. Where my man got the games at, man? He gone? Damn. Hey, where you at, Briggs? Unless you ask some jokers some questions right there, them niggas get low. They can't answer that shit. They go.
Hey, look, Briggs used his natural battlefield instincts. He just ran away.
Okay, then my God, he said, Zaire, God made us in the creation of himself. So we will understand the meaning of being made in his image. Us? That wasn't a question I asked you. It says here, let us create man after our image and after our likeness.
Yeah, he said, who's us?
The question was us.
And also, why did God create a man anyway? You know what kills me, Z, about that question? The last time I asked that, they told me that God created man to serve, right? Which I'm like, okay, but I'm like, but if God is all powerful and all, why would He create us to serve Him? I don't understand that is so omnipresent, like so powerful, doesn't need us, but yet will create us to serve Him. It's like
okay,
I'm confused on that.
Hey, God of Games again. Listen, I understand, but that Father and Son stuff, that's a New Testament theory. The Trinity after us, right? There was no the Jews, the Hebrews. They don't believe in the Jesus Christ stuff, brother. So they wouldn't even write about that. They came along thousands of years later. This whole Jesus game thing, you know what I mean? That came much later. We're dealing with the Old Testament. So the Holy Spirit, bro, the Holy Spirit, again, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, that came along in the 1300s, I believe. I forgot the Father, Post, Priest, the Third, whatever the fuck his name was. But again, that came along like in around the 1300s. We're talking about the Old Testament, the Tanakh, the Torah. There's no holies. The Father, listen, that they don't do the Trinity, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's a very young concept in itself. That Trinity doctrine that's really some man-made shit there. But again, but that comes from that, let us create man after our image, and after that comes from the Sumerian tales of creation. And cool. This is what the Anunnaki was saying about the Adam, Adam. Let us create that crafted Adam after our image and after our likeness. I'm just saying, whether you believe it or not, I'm just saying this story comes from a much older culture, which were the Sumerians, and this was their story.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he doesn't. They are, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ain't none of that Holy Spirit shit. You know what I mean? But shout out to you, though. If you want to come on this Wednesday.
And the crazy thing is, why would they need to get rid of the Old Testament, though? Like, nobody ever questions that, too. It's like...
Here's a question. Look here, fuck nigga. I can't keep writing shit. I need to talk. Cool. We're going to... Listen, God of Games. We're going to get your ass up here next Wednesday. Hit the... Hey, yo, Neff, put your Twitter shit up there, Neff. In the chat, so my man can hit you up there. He can hit you on Twitter. We can inbox. We get his ass up here. We're gonna put him in the hot seat.
Okay.
Got it. Put your Neff. Look, this Neff shit right here. Hit Neff up. We're gonna prep your ass. Get you. We got a Discord. You need some mic. We get you on Discord. You gonna come in here next Wednesday, and you gonna deliver us all. You go on my Twitter right here. You gonna tell me your name. You gonna deliver us all. You gonna get us all in a good book. Come back next Wednesday.
Nigga gonna come in with his Bible. He gonna be
my man. Hey, yo, he said, listen. Yo, he said, listen here, fuck nigga. I keep writing all this shit. Damn.
he gonna come on with the Bible. He gonna be flipping through pages, man, fast. Like, hold up.
hey, yo, Fonzarelli. That's not fair. Cause there's more proof of Bigfoot than there is Jesus Christ. That's real talk. If my man said, now listen, you come in here next Wednesday. The Muslims had multiple carved idols of the tribe of gods in their square. Oh, that shit is true. We're going to have some fun next week, man. But anyway, listen. That's my Twitter hitters on. My name says I'm a god and knows all. You got it, good brother.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Spencer.
You can preview that thumbnail?
Oh, yeah, I got. On show. Oh, yeah, I just saved it for the show. Hold up. Let me see. Where you at? Hold on.
One of Overdone's best works.
Oh, let me see. Where's it at? I'm going to put it as a thumbnail. Twitter. Oh my god. What's it? Neff right here, bam.
Yeah, I've been noticed like religious people tends to be extremely prejudiced and judgmental. Like,
yeah, they are. That's just the nature of man. Period, man. To judge.
Yeah, it's like coming up with someone you say, oh, that's right. They saying he broke his hell for Obama or something. You know what I'm saying? That's just, as a kid, you learn how to be judgmental. You know what I'm saying?
No, but I'm just saying, yeah, that's true. But it's always the religious people like that. Extremely religious, but that tends to judge the shit out of people. And they be the one to say, oh, you shouldn't judge. But they be so judgmental. Not the acceptance of a lot of shit.
I know, I couldn't even take part of communion unless I was a member at a Baptist church. They were stingy with their wine. I can tell you that.
My man said, "Hey, Park wanted to go there and drink. They were stingy with the wine." We got. Listen, man. A Post ain't here, man. Post sleeps from there with.
Yeah, he fell asleep.
Chicken and sleeping and shit.
But again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Fonzarelli. We're gonna do it again next Wednesday. Be back at 10. Fonz, you can rock out this one if you want. We're gonna do it again next Wednesday at 10 o'clock. What time you get to work, Nev? What time you get to work?
7 to 8.
Okay, well,
we gotta find a better time, bro.
Wait. Yo, no, I'm just saying, it wasn't done intentionally. I didn't think y'all was coming.
Well, just find a different date. Like, you feel me? Like,
it's hard. I got both multiplayer on. But for sure, we'll be back next Wednesday, though. For sure, we'll be back next Wednesday about 9:30, 9:30 for sure. 10. We here, all right. That's something. If you enjoyed the show today, hit the like button. Shout out to everybody that came. Big Rome, what's up, Big Rome? Overdone, Adana, Zach Kareem, Lee, Fonzo Relly, Taser Delight.
That shit got me dead. Religious people use technology and says science is fake. Yo, that shit
The effort of many scientists, one of the greatest technological advancements, all to deliver the internet to Post Up, just so he can say the Earth is flat.
Yo, that shit is true, bro. They really be using technology like crazy on internet and all of this stuff, preaching. But I'm like, but y'all say science is fake and all of that stuff, man. Like, shit.
But listen, if you guys enjoyed it, thank you all for rocking out. We're back the new year tomorrow. Look out for the multiplayer podcast. First show of the year, and somebody's going under that goddamn bus. Believe it, man.
Oh, speaking about the multiplayer podcast, the polls are in, and God of War truly did win Game of the Year. So, will we get Baron to say it?
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be one hell of a show, and tomorrow begins a new regime of the multiplayer podcast.
Yo, Baron is doing bad. You take an L in the beginning of 2019 already. Damn, bro, you're starting up.
He set himself up for that L.
Yeah, I told him to take an L last year. Yeah, I said, yo, just take